Okay guys, I'm here with part 3. This is a little bent, so I'll start, let's see, I think it's this end I gotta start with. Yeah, it's this end. So I'm going back to my last bit of this lace. I gotta find some more. Okay, now this lace is not very wide. So I don't know, maybe I'll just use, you know what, I don't think I'm gonna use that. I think I'm gonna use the white ribbon. I think that's what I'm going to use. Like I said, that's the good thing about this, is it is literally, virtually, you can use any type of ribbon. I'm going to use this white. I think that would look pretty with it. Again, the same thing is going to go. Do I have a thick white one? I thought I had a thick white one. Maybe I don't. And see, as you can see, here's my starting point. I'm going to start here. And then I'm going to put, I don't know if that's going to go or not. You know what? I have an even better idea. I'm going to use a different color. I'm going to use the pink. Pink and yellow goes together. So I'm going to move my yellow ribbon out of the way. Cut my ribbon. See, I normally don't do that bad with, see how it frays? So I don't know why it's not. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna unwind some, and I'm gonna do the pink this time. And again, I'm so sorry that my lighting stinks. I don't know though. Let me see. Yeah, I think that's going to be pretty. I'm going to move this one a little closer up to the edge. I wish I could just cut that black piece off, but oh well. So I'm going to take my pink, just like so, line it up again, blue. And this may be your last layer. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this yet. I may add a 4th layer. Like I said, the longer your, the wider, the bigger your circle. Listen to me. The bigger your circle, the bigger your flower. And it depends on how many layers you want. Now, I will say that if you're going to use the big circles like this one, then you're definitely going to need more than 2 layers. If you're going to do the small circles like these, then you're going to need just use 2. I have used 3, but 3 doesn't look as good on those as it does the big ones. Just saying. So again, I'm going to dollop my glue. It's the same exact process as before. You're going to pleat just the same way as you did on your white and yellow. Now, as you get closer to the middle, your pleats are going to become closer and closer together. So lift, dollop, straighten your ribbon like you did before, just like so, because you want your pleat kind of at a slight angle. You don't want it straight up and down like the lace is. And again, it depends too, like this lace right here is a wider lace, so your pleats are not going to be as close together as it would be with this one. So I wish I had more of that wider lace. I'm going to have to get me some lace. I'm always out of, I never have enough lace. I love working with it, but I don't never have enough. And I made this pleat just a little thick. That's alright. And again, pleat. Just like that. I'm sorry, I'm so used to holding it up like that. I'm sorry I'm not in frame. Lift. Glue. Straighten up your ribbon. Pleat. Now sometimes when you get towards the middle, you're going to have to really hold your ribbon in place, because you need it to be more narrow, more small. So again, glue, and pleat. And I have made some for some friends that I promise I'm going to send them out, Miss Linda. I promise. I've got you some blue ones and all that. I'm going to send you some because she's, bless her heart, she's been waiting on me to send them forever. But I also been saying I'm going to do this tutorial forever, and I'm just not good at tutorials. Again, you're going to glue. Now see here, you're going to have to kind of turn your ribbon, because you're definitely going to have to, I can't think of how I can say this, you're going to have to kind of position your ribbon to go into the circular motion when you're getting towards the middle. And the reason why that is because it is harder, especially with wider ribbon, it's harder to manipulate into small circles. See, I don't have to glue that one because it added a lot of glue. So I'll just glue onto the top here. And that's another thing too, when you get towards the middle, you may not have to do the gluing underneath the ribbon to hold it in place. I think this one's only going to be a 3-layered flower, because I have the perfect centerpiece for this that I'm going to put in the middle. Let's see, am I going? Yeah, I'm going to have to glue under this one. And, you know, just check. If you don't feel like you need to glue underneath it, then don't glue underneath it. It's your own way of doing things. Again, I'm going to position my ribbon where it's kind of straight across, unravel a little bit so it gives it a little leeway. And then I'm going to glue and pleat. Glue and pleat. That's your steps pretty much. And then you're going to fold it kind of at that angle. And like I said, doing the middle to me is trickier than doing the outside portion of it. That's just my opinion though. And again, I'm going to glue and pleat. And sometimes you may have to hold your pleats in place to glue the next pleat, especially when you get towards this middle, because you really have to position. See how it's not wanting to. Okay, there we go. I think I got it. And you know, you'll start to notice even sometimes maybe your ribbon looks like it's off center, but once you add your centerpiece to the flower, it'll all come together. It really is easy to do. I may not be explaining it very well, but it is easy to do. Isaiah's telling me I'm doing horrible. I do my best. So, again, position it to go into that angled pleat, just like that, so that it will kind of go into the circle. And like I said, as long as you can feel your corner crease from the pleat before, kind of right here under your ribbon, right there, I can feel it right there, then you know you're heading in the right direction. You're heading in the right direction. And I usually put my glue right at that corner pleat. That makes it work a little better. And then you just keep going in the circle until it's done. I mean, really, there is no... And like I said, I can't tell you how many times I've started it and couldn't get it positioned right, and I'd pull it off, cut the ribbon, and start all over again. So, you know, you learn by... Oh, I'm going to have to glue under that, probably. Maybe not.
Probably don't get no views for this.
And then you pleat. Then you take your ribbon, your glue, and again, I'm going to glue. Now we're going to close this one off. I'm going to glue underneath that last one. Oh, it got glue on the... Now on the middle portion of the ribbon, you kind of want to try to keep the glue off of it. I wasn't too successful. But the piece I'm going to be putting in the middle will probably cover that up. And again, I'm going to do my last pleats. Because I always, even though I use the bling stickers and stuff like that,
Bling, bling.
I still glue them down just for extra security purposes. And I literally have glue all up under my fingernail. And this right here is glued down. You still have I still have one little space to go underneath. So I'm going to just dollop a piece of glue. Listen to me. A little bit of glue. Fold it over just like before. Oh. And the good thing about that's another thing about working with hot glue is before it dries, it does give you a little bit of a leeway. Like I said, you can probably use other glue, but I just find it easier with this particular flower to use the hot glue. To me, it holds better. It's more sturdy. And that's my last pleat for this flower. And then I'm going to, where are my small scissors? That's the ones I need, but I'm not going to go digging for them right this second. I'm going to lift this up like so. I'm going to cut the ribbon. I lit it up a little bit. I'm going to glue the pleat down again, just like that. Just to hold it down in place. I added a little too much glue. Darn it. Dab burn it. Okay. And this is when I usually kind of take the time to pull any of the hot glue strings off and all of that. But this is what your flower is possibly going to look like. This is a little messed up right here, but that's all right. Usually the pieces I put in the middle are pretty large, especially with this, you know, because you'll have this hole right here. And so I'm going to use, let me get it out. What am I going to use? I think I'm going to use these. These are stickers. I got these at Walmart. And I'm just going to see here. If I put that on there, how good that's going to cover my hole. Let's see. That might work. Wait a minute. You can also use these. These are buttons that I got these at Walmart also, and they're just little rhinestone type buttons. I think I'm going to use this one instead. And you will glue it in the middle of your flower. Like I said, you can use anything. You can use things like this, or you can use things like this right here. This is also a button. It's one of those little cherubim angel things. I use a lot of buttons for these, especially the blingy buttons. And I just take my glue gun and I just squirt a lot of glue down in that hole, because you got this little loop in the back. And sometimes I'll add glue to this part right here, just to kind of give it some more, ooh, I'm dropping it. Then I'm going to plop this sucker down in the middle, just like so. And voila! You have your rosette. Your ribbon rosette. pretty easy. I know it took 3 times to do this video, but you know how it is. To do long tutorials, it's got to be put in parts. This is how you do it. I hope I explained it. Again, maybe tomorrow I'll show you how I do. The little ones are a little bit more difficult to do because you really have to get that angle right to do the little ones. And again, I still struggle with the little ones. That's why a lot of mine are the bigger ones, like this one, this one. I also have this one that I did, and where's the other one I did? Y'all have seen some of these. This one, I did this one right here, and now I have this one, which is the yellow, the pink, and the white lace. So that is it, guys. I hope and pray that this was what y'all were looking for. Again, just practice with it. You'll get it. I did. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Again, this is what we came up with. And when I make my tassels, I usually put a piece of felt on the back, and then I take my thin choice of ribbon, this width or smaller of ribbon, and I glue it to the back of the paper part. Then I put the felt on the back, and then I have it cut in different sizes, and then I put a clip on it or something like that, and there's your rosette tassel. But this is the rosette that I've made.
Oh, nobody likes it.
Shush, son. But this is it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned something from this, and I will see you guys in my next video. If I come up with newer stuff to make that I can show a tutorial on, now that I can position my camera right, I hope to be able to do more. Anyway, so this is what I came up with, and I hope and pray that y'all can do the same. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!